Welcome back to Movie Plot Recapped. The Horsemen are shown at the beginning of the film. They were members of the I Magic community. They were awaiting their second mission, which would be assigned by the I community. In the mission of the I community, they expose the evil people. Dylan was the Horsemen's leader. Daniel believes that he is not a perfect leader. He should be in charge. Daniel makes contact with the I community. He enters a strange tunnel that he believes was the center of the I community. He's only found a voice here. Dylan, you will be given the mission details. Dylan is revealed to be an FBI agent. He always saves the Horsemen while apprehending the cops. But one of the colleagues of Dylan suspects him. That Dylan is also supporting those Horsemen. This is the reason he couldn't solve the Horseman case. Nobody pays attention to her, so Dylan persuades his boss to agree while trapping her. That he will go to New York to catch the Horsemen. She eventually agrees with him. Dylan was not going to capture the Horsemen, but he was going to finish his secret mission. Dylan meets the Horsemen and tells them now we have to trap a software company owner. He uses people's personal data illegally. We have to expose him at the Octa conference. Later, they control the conference. This task was easy for them because Dylan was the security in charge. Dylan was informing them about all the difficulties and giving them instructions. Merritt is a master hypnotist, and he hypnotizes the man they must expose. Later, Merritt makes him stand in front of a camera. This camera's display was aimed straight at the stage. The man repeats what Merritt says. When they were exposing him, their mic stops working and recording of an unknown person plays on the screen. The man ruins Horseman's plan. Because he exposes them. He says they are escaping from the FBI and their member Jack is also alive. The focus shifts to Jack and they discover that Jack is still alive. Taking the situation seriously, Dylan asks them to run from there. Meanwhile, the FBI also reaches there and suspects Dylan. That he is a Horseman. Because the Horsemen were in front of Dylan, even then he didn't catch them. The place where Dylan is, the unknown voice reveals their massive secret. Dylan was exposed this time and the unknown man says there are 5 Horsemen. Their leader is none other than Dylan. He is an FBI agent, so the FBI officers arrest him. Here, while using his tricks and magic, locks them there and escapes. The Horsemen were working according to their plan. They jump into a huge tube going upside the roof. Their plan was they will fall on a truck and it will take them to the US. But it doesn't happen. They fall into a Chinese restaurant while jumping into the huge tube. They become worried seeing all this. Merritt tells them this is China. They were surprised at how they arrive in China. They plan to go to the US. They meet Merritt's younger brother Chase and he looks like Merritt. He tells them, I have done this while hypnotizing you. I am working for a businessman, that's why you are here in China instead of the US. Chase takes them to the businessman. His name was Walter and he tells them everything. How do they reach here? He says, I have taken all the data of the I community from Daniel. When Daniel goes to talk to the I, but there, I make him a fool. I talk to him, not I. He heard my voice in the tunnel. I was behind the exposure of the businessman in the Octa conference. Due to my personal reason. The tube in which you went was also mine. I placed it there and the Horsemen were hypnotized in the tube. They fainted for 2 days. Because of being hypnotized by Chase. As they were taken here, Walter shows them the pictures. He says they only have 2 choices, work for me or die. If they choose the work, they have to steal a chip in this task. A chip that was made by Walter's opponent. The chip can hack the data from worldwide computers. Walter asks them to work on it while giving them the details of the chip. Reaching the US, Dylan was waiting for the Horsemen, but they weren't here according to plan. Dylan tries to contact them. But he couldn't. Dylan feels this is the trick of Thaddeus. Because Thaddeus was arrested because of the Horsemen. Thaddeus tells him, I haven't done anything, but I know at this time where the Horsemen are. I can take you to them. It will be possible if I will be released from jail. The Horsemen are shown in a magic shop. Daniel contacts the I community. Accepting Walter's order served only one purpose for them. They will give the chip to I after stealing, so Daniel contacts the I community. They do preparations to steal the chip from an alert security system. Daniel was leading those Horsemen. They fix the chip in a card. After it, they practice moving the card. Dylan is shown in China with Thaddeus. Dylan finds many magical instruments of his father. A lady gives Dylan his father's watch. Thaddeus goes into a coffin. He disappears from there. The Horsemen are shown being ready for their mission. Merritt hypnotizes the special person of the company, means who have to convey the chip to his boss. The Horsemen reach the data center through the man. They pretend to be the company's researchers. They come here for doing research on this chip. The data center's manager was also there to tell them about the chip. They pass through the metal detector to go to the chip. Because of the metal detector, they must bring the chip while passing by it. Jack also passes by the metal detector to go inside. But the alarm rings and Jack was stopped. Jack gives them his wallet. Jack also comes inside. When the manager was telling them about the chip, Merritt starts doing a drama. He sneezes loudly. He claims that something in the environment is causing my allergies. When their attention diverts to Merritt, Jack takes the chip immediately. Jack comes back and stands, but the manager suspects him. The manager orders for their checking. They make their checking complete while passing the chip to each other. After confirming they don't have the chip, they let them go. This time, Merritt has the chip. The three horsemen pass by the metal detector, but Merritt stays away from it. Jack wisely demands his wallet back to make Merritt pass from there. The security officer tells everyone the alarm will ring because the wallet will pass by it. While passing the detector, Merritt throws the chip cleverly to Lula. None sees this. They escape from there while making them a fool. After stealing the chip, Daniel was waiting in a market for the I community members. So he will give the chip to I. Meanwhile, Dylan arrives and Daniel shows Dylan like they are angry with him. He hasn't tried to save them, not even contacted them. During this, Walter arrives, who instructed them to steal the chip. Daniel discovers here Walter has again made him a fool. Because Walter again talked to Daniel being I. Like this, instead of I, Walter will be going to have the chip. Dylan arrives and pretends like he has taken chip from Daniel. Walter's people were behind Dylan. Dylan was fighting with them alone. Meanwhile, Chase arrives. He makes Dylan sleeps while hypnotizing him. He was brought to Walter while putting him into a container. Here we discover Walter is Arthur's son, the businessman who was ruined by the horsemen. Dylan was thrown into the water while locking him into a box. This was the box of Dylan's father. He remembers the lady has given him his father's watch. A pin appears from it when he checks. He opens the box with its help, but because of heavy water, he gets faint. After it, the horsemen save Dylan. On another side, we discovered it was the trick of Thaddeus and Arthur. Dylan's prediction was true. He has revealed the horsemen. Thaddeus has released himself while playing a trick with Dylan. After it, they come to the magic shop from where they purchase some magic things. They discover here the owners of the shop are also magicians. They are also I community's members. Later, they plan to expose Walter and Arthur. They give their message through YouTube that we will do our next show in London. Walter also gets ready for London. Walter wants to get the chip that Daniel had. The chip Walter got from Dylan while kidnapping was fake. F.B.I. and Walter both were discovering the horseman's location. Walter discovers Merritt's location. He sends Chase to Merritt, so he will know their plan while hypnotizing him. Chase goes to his brother Merritt. He was trying to discover their plan through his eyes. Meanwhile, Merritt pushes him and he collides with another man. The horsemen discover that Walter knows their plan. They change their plan now when they were about to escape on their bikes. Merritt doesn't know how to drive the bike. Meanwhile, they all were caught by Walter's companions. Following that, they are shown in a jet plane, and Arthur requests the chip from Daniel. Daniel refuses to give him, but when they warn him to end his companion, Daniel gives them the chip. After getting the chip, Walter says now what to do with them? Chase replies to throw them out of the plane. Now Arthur and his son got the chip, so they start celebrating. Arthur feels something strange. When he removes the label from his wine bottle, he sees the word fool written on it. Suddenly, the engine of the plane stops working. The horsemen were seeing them through the window while laughing. They did not fall when they were thrown out, so the horsemen summoned them. It is discovered that Walter didn't capture the horsemen, but the horsemen captured Walter. They also apprehend his father and the plane they were planning to take off in. The plane was also on land yet. Merritt tells his tricks through which they have caught Arthur and his son Walter. He claims we installed a system in this container that will give them the impression the plane has taken off. The mysterious man is also revealed here. The man with whom Chase collided when Merritt pushed him. The man was none other than Jack. He hypnotized Chase so he will give this idea to Walter and his father Arthur to throw the horsemen from the flying plane. The F.B.I. also arrives there. They detain the father and son, as well as Chase. As they arrive to catch the horsemen, they were disappeared from there. Dylan's boss catches him and says, "I always wanted to be like you. To think like you because you think unique. But you're a criminal," and Dylan says, "You're correct. I used to do good work and continue to do so. Dylan leaves while giving his boss the original chip. The Horsemen go to the I Community Center and the owners of the magic shop welcome them. Dylan goes to a room and it was revealed to him actually his father was also an I Community member. He also discovers that Thaddeus was his father's friend. He wasn't the enemy and he was considering Thaddeus wrong for a long time. Thaddeus and Dylan's father collaborate as if one will perform magic and the other will expose it. With it, none will doubt their friendship. Dylan, Thaddeus says, "I'm glad you're a better magician than your father. I want retirement from this job. You will be the next head of the I Community." The next head will be Dylan, and the Horsemen also understand the game. They meet the data center manager and get shocked. Actually, he was also a member of the I Community. Thaddeus now sends them into a room. There were a lot of stairs. The film ends with the display of the I Community symbol. Thank you for watching.